So we're going to start this practice right now, where I'll ask you to just close your eyes if that's comfortable, or soften your gaze a little bit. And you can place your hands somewhere on your body that feels grounding to you, maybe on your legs or on your heart or your belly. And I'll invite you just to take a minute and notice whatever bodily sensations are arriving for you in this moment. And if you don't know what to look for, you could notice the temperature of your body, if you feel hot or cold, or if certain body parts feel hot or cold. You might notice the quality or the depth of your breath, or the pace of your heartbeat. You might notice if you have tension in your neck and shoulders or in your belly. And I'm just going to start naming some things that I'm seeing in the room. So I see a couple of people kind of rolling their shoulders. And I see a little bit of sort of rocking or adjusting to accommodate breath, swaying. And these little movements are ways that we can self-soothe, and they're part of that interruption process. So here we've noticed that there may have been heavy words or content. We are taking a moment to feel what that feels like, and we're leaning on self-soothing practices. Yeah. So that's one step towards embodiment. Okay, let's go ahead and start the practice. We can begin on our backs. And I think it will be helpful if we go ahead and place our blanket on the mat, so that we'll have it for some padding a little bit later. And then you'll want to have blocks nearby so that you can access them while you're laying down. So as you're coming to lay on your back, I will invite you to bring your legs in whatever shape feels comfortable. So you might explore bringing the bottoms of your feet to the floor. I see someone in butterfly legs. That's nice too. So whatever feels like it's easiest on your spine right now. And for these first few moments of practice together, I'll invite you just to come into the experience of your breath. So just noticing how your body is moving to make space for your lungs to expand, how your body moves to assist the exhale. And then starting to come into your legs, I'll have you bring your attention down to your feet and just notice your feet. If you have socks on, you might notice the texture of the socks against your skin. If you don't have socks on, you may notice the temperature of the air on your feet or your ankles. And then notice your lower legs and your knees. your thigh bones. And see if you can relax through your glutes and your outer hips. And then bringing your attention to your belly, you might notice that as you take a big breath in, your belly expands upward towards the ceiling. Similarly, you may notice that as you take a big breath in, your low back inflates a little bit against the floor. Notice the movement in your rib cage as you breathe. That there's sort of a floating motion upward and a fanning outward on your inhale. And then feel into your chest, into your heart space. See if you can imagine where your actual heart, the organ, is nestled between your lungs. So that each time you take a big inhale and the lungs fill with air, they're embracing your heart. And feel into your shoulder blades and how they press into the ground beneath you and how they support your heart space from underneath you. And then let your head be super heavy against the ground. So skull heavy, neck relaxed. And see if you can relax all the muscles of your face. You might notice you've been unintentionally furrowing your eyebrows. You might play with what it feels like to let the backs of your eyes widen a little bit. And then if and when it feels good for you to start moving, you can bring both of your knees in toward your chest. And here you can move in whatever way your body is being called to move. So if you want to find some rocking side to side, that might feel good. It may feel nice to let your knees come right over your hip points so that your low back can get contact with the ground. Right, and then from here, I'll invite you to stretch your feet up towards the ceiling. You don't have to straighten the legs all the way unless that feels good. But I will encourage you to draw your toes towards your face. So you're flexing your feet and press up through your heels. Stretching through the backs of your legs. And then here, it might feel good to kind of knead the air with your feet, like you're like a cat sort of kneading a blanket or a cushion. And just kind of articulating through your toes, flexing and pointing the feet, maybe rolling the ankles. Sometimes it feels good to point the feet really strongly so you can stretch through the tops of the feet and the shins.